Hello everybody. Today what we're going to be looking at is writing linear equations given a slope of a point. So what we're going to be doing is I am going to create an equation of y equals mx plus b. And I want to be able to write this, but I'm only going to give you two things. I'm going to give you a x and a y point, and I'm also going to give you m for slope. And what we're going to do is be able to come up with this linear equation. So let's go over how we do that. So it says write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b. That contains the point 4, -1 and goes through, and has a slope of 3/2. So as a reminder, it is y equals mx plus b. When I am solving these, I am trying to come up and find a value for m and a b, and in my general form, I'll always just have a y and the x. So essentially, I'm just trying to find my m value and my b value. Good news for us, we already know our m value. It gives it to us. So that would be for the m. So all I need to do is find the b value. So what I do is I look at the point, and remember the point always goes x, y, and I'm going to plug in these values into this equation. So I'm given a -1 for y. Here, actually, I'll write it below it so we can see it better. That my y value is -1. It tells me that my slope is 3/2. It gives me an x of 4. And remember, I'm trying to solve for b. So I plug in everything that's given to me, and then I can try to solve for the variable b. So I'm going to have -1 is equal to 3 times 4, which is 12/2 plus b. I'm going to have -1 equals 6 plus b. I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides, which means I just solve for b, which means -7 is equal to b. So now I have enough information to write my equation. My equation of the line is y equals my slope, which it gave me, which is 3/2, x plus -7, which is the same as just -7. So this is the equation of the line. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. Same idea. I want to put this in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. I'm trying to figure out my m value and my b value, so I can write the equation. Lucky for us, I already know my m value is -1/3, and I have a point which contains an x value and a y value. So I'm going to use this one point to help me solve for the b value. So I'm going to have -2, because that's my y, is equal to -1/3 times my x value. And the x value they give us is +3 plus b. So I'm going to have -2 is equal to -3/3 plus b. -2 equals -1 plus b. I'm just going to add 1 on both sides to get -1 is equal to b. Now that I have my b value and I have an m value, I can plug those into y equals mx plus b. So in blue, it's going to look like y equals my slope, which is -1x, and then my slope is, my mistake. It gave me my slope, which is -1/3, so -1/3 x, and I solved for b, which is -1. So this is my equation in slope-intercept form. It has a y-intercept of -1 and a slope of -1/3. So the next thing what we're going to do is look at one more example. On this example, same idea. I have y equals mx plus b. I am trying to figure out my m value and my b value. And in the general form, I'm going to leave the y and the x just as variables. But to help me solve it, I'm going to plug in everything I know. This 5 is an x, this 11 is a y. And I'm going to go ahead and plug these in. So it's going to look like 11 is equal to 4/5 times x. But I know what an x is. My x value is 5 plus b. So now when I solve these, I'm going to have 11 equals, you could do 4/5, or you could just do 5 divided by 5, which reduce and cancel each other out, to 4 plus b. I'm then going to minus 4 on both sides, and that'll give me 7 is equal to b. So now my equation of the line in red will be y is equal to my slope, which it gives me 4/5. Then I'm going to have x, because that's just going to be my input, plus 7. And this is the equation of a line. So this is great, but what happens when they give us word problems? So let's go ahead and look at this one. At the beginning of the year, Monica puts a set amount of money into her health benefit account. It's basically she has this money she used for going to the doctors and stuff, and so she puts money in there every year. Every month she withdraws. That means she takes out $15 from her account. And after 3 months, she has $255 in her account. So first thing, she is taking away $15. So she takes away $15 per month. So that was what my rate of change is. It's I take out $15 every 1 month. Take out $15 the next month, take out $15 the next month. So it'll be negative 15 over 1, or just negative 15. The next part, it says, if X represents the time in months and Y represents the amount of money she has remaining in the account, write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the relationship between the time that has passed and the amount of money that she has in her account. So it's basically saying the total amount of money she has is she takes out $15 per month, but at the beginning of the year she puts a set amount in. That's my B value. I don't know what it is, so we need to go back to the equation and look what additional information she gives us. Right here it says after 3 months she has $255. That's a point. Remember, X represents months, so our points always go X comma Y. And it says X represents months. Well, how many months went by? 3. Y represents the amount of money she has left. She has $255 left, which means her Y value is 255. We could use this point of this is my X, this is my Y into this equation to help us solve how much she had in the beginning. So in blue, it would look like she has $255 is equal to negative 15 times 3 plus B. So then up here, it would look like 255 is equal to negative 45 plus B. And I'm going to add 45 on both sides. To get 300 is equal to B. B. So that's how much she starts with. So the equation of the line would be Y equals negative 15X plus 300. And it makes sense. The total amount of money she has in her bank account is the $15 she spends per month plus the $300 she started with.